What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Narakius over here at Narakius Gaming, and today I'm bringing you another hot tips and trick video of the Division. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get it, man. Alright, as you guys know, I've been flooding the timeline somewhat with the new Division update. Okay, if you guys haven't seen, the link will be in the description below. They let out a trailer yesterday, and it got a lot of positive feedback. Okay, it did. It really did, and I'm really happy about that. But it did get a lot of negative feedback, but the negative feedback wasn't so much as like a downfall. It was a downfall for, I feel like, people who are solo players. And one part of the trailer was really the point where people was like, damn, this is how it's going to be in the Dark Zone. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you right here. Take a look at this.
Dark Zone extractions just became even more intense. Interrupt ongoing extractions by cutting the rope to have all the loot drop to the ground.
So yeah, that's exactly what I mean right there. That's gonna be very crazy. Like, at one point, I used to believe that you had to been rogue to cut them off the rope, but you don't have to be rogue to cut something off the rope. Technically, you walk up to it and you cut it. Once you cut it, once you begin to cut it, you will get a 19 seconds. The minute you cut the rope fully, you will get a full 90-second rogue timer. Now, a lot of people were getting, it had started up a very diverse thing about that, because there's a lot of rogue players and there's a lot of solo players. Now, for the solo players, that's where it came in concern for them, because now they feel like, okay, not only do I have to worry about getting jumped by a group of 4, I have to protect my loot. And that's kind of like what it's always been since day one of the release of the Division. And what you fail to realize that also is that not only that you have to worry about that as a solo player, you also are going to have to worry about the ult. Now, the ult is a very OP defensive mechanism that people like to abuse and use in the Dark Zone. Well, I wouldn't say abuse, because I guess you're using what the game gives you, so there's no wrong in that. But there's no reason you should be popping 4 or 5 ult on a 1v5. Like, if you guys can't take out now 1v5, then you shouldn't be playing the game at all. You suck. But there are people out there that's like that, and a lot of people are saying like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do when I run up to the line, I'm gonna pop my ult, put my stuff on the line, and maybe then that'll save me. Actually, it won't, because if you have a group of 4 people focus fire, even if you pop your ult and they're very strong and they're very geared up, like me and some people in my crew, we will eat through that ult. And not to mention, you're forgetting one little thing: explosive bullets. Explosive rounds would shoot through your ult. So it's a lot of stuff going on with this. It's a lot of back and forth going on with this, and I do definitely understand the solo players, because I know how it feels to try to extract, and you're just trying to farm, you're trying to get materials, and sometimes you may come and stumble across something very good and you just want to get it off, and then a group of assholes come along and they were just killing the boss with you, and they turn around and go rogue on you, and there you go, there goes your stuff. So my best advice that I can give to those solo players is that you learn the map. My first tip is that you learn the map. Learn the ins and out of the map. Now, I know you're probably looking at the map and say it's impossible to learn the map. It's really not. Think about it. You're in the Dark Zone every day. It's all about muscle memory and repetition. The more you do it, the more you know it. Now, if you know, there are specific routes known as the rogue routes people do take, and they usually take those routes when they're on rogue. Some people will start in DZ1, they'll go rogue, and some people would head all the way north. Now, on the way north, they have a specific route that they take. Some route consider just going up north, and some route consider going up north, looping back around, and it comes right back down south, and then it can take you right back up north again. My best thing is to not only learn the top roads, but you need to learn the sewers. The sewers is a very crazy mechanism to learn, because if you learn that, and the weak players and the people who are not too familiar with it, and you run the right strategy, you can actually shake a lot of people running in the tunnels. Me and my crew, we run in the tunnels not to shake people, but that's our route. But we do have other routes we need to take, because there are a lot of people that do have the similar route as we do, so we end up to switch it up and to change it up. Now, Another tip I can give you is that learn the extractions. There are extractions in the game that a lot of people do not use. The main extractions are DZ1 extraction, okay? You have the rooftop extraction in DZ2 or 3, I believe, okay? And then you have the park that's behind the refueling station. Those are some of the main attractions, okay, for extractions. Now, there are other extractions in the game that are very useful and are very dangerous for some players. They're not able to go there, and some of those extractions can help you. And what I mean by help you, if you go to an extraction and you pop a flare, when you pop a flare, ads are going to come run out. Don't kill the ads. That's another tip you can use. Do not kill the ads. Reason being is, if you pop your flare and you sit in the corner and you just look where you can see the ads, let the ads run by you, right? If somebody comes on to the extraction who's trying to kill you because they saw the flare and they saw the extraction symbol, they're going to come and try to find you. The ads will alert you because they will start shooting at the next players. Then what you need to do is pop a pulse. Once you pop a pulse, you can then see where they are, and then you can always make sure you're next to an exit. If you're going to go extract, always make sure you're somewhere where you can probably climb down a rope or go out a window, or just somewhere you always have an exit. Don't never confine yourself and put yourself in a tight situation, because if you need to fight, the odds might be against you, and you're probably going to lose that battle, and you're probably going to be pissed. So that's some of the tips that I can give you right there for that. Now, another tip that I can give you for some of the solo players, and not just solo, a lot of other people that can help you survive in the dark zone, is that your gear. You have to get your gear right. And what I mean by your gear, I'm not talking about literally your gear. I mean like the stuff that you run. Some people like to run the shock turret. Some people like to run med station and stuff like that. If you are a solo player, you are going to need to run concealed and overshield, okay? Reason why I say you're going to need to run concealed and overshield. Concealed. Here's what the thing about people don't understand concealed. There are a lot of people in the dark zone doing high DPS, okay? And they're doing a lot of high crit chance. And some people have that tactician build, which is known as a hybrid build. And if it's very good and very high, when they pulse, not only does it give them the opportunity to find you, it also gives them almost 100% max critical hit. Think about that. 100% max critical hit. And not only to him, to the other 3 people that are also in his group. So imagine all of them running, pretty decent gear, and this guy hits his pulse. You're not going to win against that. I don't think your crew will win against that unless you guys are just that good and that strong also. So what you need to do is run concealed. Reason being is that conceal will block his pulse that gives him that crit hit buff, and it blocks you and it protects you at the same time. So therefore, now you're taking less damage, you have a less liability of being found, and you have a better chance of getting away. I don't want you to think about it sound like you're running. You're just trying to survive, because you are a solo player. You have to pick your fights wisely. Know when to run and know when to stay sometimes if the situation is right. You don't want to force the situation thinking like, okay, let me do 1v3 and you got a bag full of good loot. No, you don't want to do that, all right? So you guys really need to understand what's about to happen. And the dark zone has always been PvP, all right? If you don't have a team, you need to get it with a team. It's always going to be like that. That's just what the dark zone is. It's PvP, all right? It's built for team co-op play. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I feel bad that it's about to be like this, but that's what it's about to be. And I actually like it like that. I don't feel bad, but I do feel bad because I don't want it to get boring. Imagine if the dark zone was just a friendly place where everybody would just farm, get whatever they wanted, all the best loops dropped. That means you guys would be geared up in no time, in a couple days if that. And that's boring. So I guess Ubisoft and what's the other guy? Massive is trying to make obstacles, if you want to say, in front of you where it's a little difficult. You have to earn you have to earn your keeps. You know what I mean? And not only they're thinking of the solo players. That's why they've also added new name bosses in the PvE, because there are players that just play PvE all the time And then when they run in the dark zone, they get melted, and then they get frustrated. They quit. They say, "Oh, I'm not playing this anymore. This game sucks." It's not that. It's that you're always playing PvE. You're always doing your dailies. You're always doing this. You're not taking the time and the ins and outs to get the new gear, to learn the map. So when you go in there, you're running the same route that you ran in the fucking beta, which, nigga, that's nothing. Your ass is in trouble. You grass. So some of the tips, those are some of the tips that I can give you as of a solo player to try to help you with what's about to come. You know what I mean? And I'm probably going to bring a couple of videos towards you of basically of showing you what you need to do running solo and how you need to do it and where you need to do it. You have to be very, very careful now. It's like sad to say, but it's kind of like you're gonna have to walk on eggshells if you're a solo player, unless you have a real solid build and you're geared out the ass and you do 1v7s, 1v5, and I want to say 80% to 75% of the chance you win your battles. You're fine. You have nothing to worry about. Okay, you have nothing to worry about. But always remember, there's that possibility, chance it could go wrong at any given time because you don't have a group. Now, me, myself, I do have a team and I do have a group, and we do run. Do I run solo a lot of the times? I do, and then I don't. It depends. But if I am solo, I'm not out there trying to go rogue. I go and find the rogues. You know what I mean? That's basically what I do when I'm solo. So I pick my fights wisely. And sometimes if I'm feeling very itchy about it and the situation is right, and I look at the group and I seen this guy got killed by a DZ3 flamer, and the other guy in his group did too, I'm probably gonna go rogue on that group because you know what? I could take them. Like, come on, DZ3, really? So those are some of the tips that you guys could take from this and apply it to your gameplay. And I will be bringing more. Hopefully I helped you. Hopefully you get a better understanding of the game and understand that it's about to change. It is about to change. It's about to get hectic. And I like it like this. I love the hectic. I love a game that applies for me to use my brain. And I know you're probably saying, how you going to use your brain in the dark zone? It's not that much. And it's really not to that aspect. It just means to how to outsmart the next guy, how to beat him at his own game. All right. I can't tell you how many times I've jacked people loot and I'm running the concealed. I'm running concealed and they would pulse and they can't find me. And I hear them in proximity chat. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I don't know which way he went. Did he go left? Did he go right? And I'm watching them. They can't find me, but I can see them. You just have to know how to outplay them sometimes, guys. All right. So it's your boy, Don Rockets. Hopefully I helped you out with all the tips that I can give you and some of the tricks in the game. I have to bring some of the better videos so you can actually see for yourself. I didn't have any recordings record, so that's why you're watching this record right here. But I will be having some come your way. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Bravado TV. And yeah, see you when I see you. Peace.